As a child, I vividly remember thinking, I can't wait to be an adult. I'll get to make all my own decisions. It's a mantra of kids across the land. However, according to Baron Dolbach, my childhood dream of freedom is really just an illusion. To explain what I mean, we'll spend today looking at this philosopher and his views on determinism. To begin, Baron Dolbach was an 18th century philosopher who espoused materialism. Materialism is the belief that only matter exists. There is no supernatural entity that somehow floats around as an unseen reality. There is only matter. Materialists also believe that all matter is subject to physical laws. These laws determine how matter will act and react. In other words, matter is not free to just willy-nilly exist. Water can't decide to start moving upstream, and a wheel in motion can't just stop itself. Now, when talking about things like water and wheels, people didn't get too uptight. However, when men like Baron Dolbach began applying their beliefs to humans, a few feathers started to ruffle. This leads us to determinism. Determinism is the idea that since all matter is subject to physical laws, there is no choice or freedom of will. Interestingly, determinism also includes human actions. This is seen in Baron Dolbach's work, The System of Nature. In this, he espoused that man, like matter, is governed by physical laws. In other words, just like a rolling wheel can't stop itself on a dime, we humans are just as bound by physical law. Keeping things simple, the determinism argument goes something like this. Reality is made up of only matter. All this matter is subject to physical laws. No matter can escape them. Now here's where we come in. Since humans are made up of matter, we too are subject to physical laws. Not only do we lack the power to control or manipulate the universe, we really don't even have the power to determine our own course in life. In other words, freedom is an illusion. Making us all seem like puppets on a string, Dolbach asserted that even our preferences are determined by outside forces. It's not our will that says yes or no, it's just physical alterations of the brain. There isn't some mystical mind or consciousness leading us through life. All our actions are just impulses coming from a physical brain. Therefore, when we think we're actually making free will choices, we're really just responding to physiological impulses that will give us the best advantage to work within physical laws. Since this is pretty heady stuff, let's use an oversimplified example. Suppose I'm walking down the street and I realize I'm hungry. I walk into a fast food place and order fries. To me, my mind is thinking French fries. I desire French fries, so I make the free will choice for French fries. However, to a determinist philosopher, there is no mystical mind or consciousness choosing yummy fries. I'm just responding to the physical impulse of hunger. I am a physical body that needs fuel, therefore I am a slave to hunger. Well, with this you may ask, well, couldn't you have chosen a cheeseburger? A determinist might again say, there was no choice. Rather, my physical impulse may not have been strong enough for a burger. Perhaps my impulse for fries was stronger because my body needed sodium, so my body yelled, salty fries. In short, for every action there is always a physical impulse standing behind it as motivation. Of course, this leads to all sorts of questions. One main issue that arises from determinism is, if we are not free to choose, how can we be held responsible for our actions? When it comes to French fries versus burgers, this isn't a big deal. However, when you're talking about crime, it sure is. Interestingly, Baron Dolbach never delved too far into the field of ethics. Instead, his work centered on the physical world and its physical laws. Baron Dolbach was an 18th century philosopher who held to materialism. Materialism is the belief that only matter exists. Materialists believe that all matter is subject to physical laws. Building on materialism, determinism is the idea that since all matter is subject to physical laws, there is no choice or freedom of will. This also includes human actions. Holding to this opinion, Baron Dolbach wrote The System of Nature, in which he espouses that man, like matter, is governed by physical laws. Being bound to physical laws, Baron Dolbach asserted that choice and free will are an illusion. To him, what we consider choices are simply physical impulses acting on a very physical brain.